Hi, and welcome back to Par Breakers Golf Academy. My name is Bernard Sheridan, and we're located in Limerick, Pennsylvania. And today what we're going to do is take a look at two players from the tour who hit the ball very far. On your left, in the red pants, is Rory McIlroy, who in 2013 was number 8 in total driving distance. And on the right, in the white pants, is Dustin Johnson, who was number 2 on tour in 2013 for distance. And we're going to take a look at the similarities of these two players and a couple of things that they do to help build power in their swing and how it can help you. So first thing we're going to do is, as you see, we have some boxes drawn around their heads. Okay? So what this is going to show is how they build leverage in the swing as they come into impact. Okay? And use that leverage, store that energy to let it explode through impact to a finish. And that's one of the main ways that they create power, okay, using their entire body. So as we take a look at Rory's swing back here, at the top, his head is pretty steady to where it was at address, almost to the very top. As he starts to hinge that club at the very, very top, is when he starts to begin a drop in his posture. I don't want to say in his posture, but more in his overall knee flex and a body moving towards the ground. Okay? So what he's doing is he's forcing his body into the ground. Dustin, same deal. As he's at the top, we start to see that head drop. So just before he gets to the top, he hinges, head begins to drop slightly. As he starts down, we see a really pronounced drop with Dustin. And with Rory, we do see a pronounced drop, not quite as much, but if we take a look at their knee flex and how much more they flex to create that drop. And another thing that I want to take a look at is their tail, and we can see how their tail actually remains constant. So let's go back to address so we can take a look at this, because these are things that are going to show us really positions that we want to create or ways to feel what we want to have happen. So if we draw a line right on their tail, and that's going to represent a wall, an imaginary wall, kind of like that they're leaning against here. Okay? So there's that imaginary wall. The thing that I want you to notice too at address is that their tail is back behind their heel. Okay, that's imperative. I see a lot of players where their tail is almost even with their heel. So it's imperative that that tailbone is back behind the heel to create some counterbalance to the upper body and leverage on the way down. So as we get to the top here, as Rory gets to the top, his drop starts. That tail actually pushes back a little bit. Okay, it's getting into the wall. Dustin, same deal. He's more into the wall. And then as he comes into impact, okay, we can see that head move up slightly just at impact. Rory, same deal here. We see that head now starting to move up slightly. and we see that tail starting to come off the wall a little bit, okay, as he's coming into impact. I want you to notice how he's springing up on those legs right before impact. Right at impact. Here's the other thing too I want you to notice is, and even though we can't see this from face on, but that left leg is straightening, but it's not snapped straight at impact, okay? Same with Dustin. That left leg still has a little bit of flex in that knee, okay? And has really created that leverage pushing off the planet. So that weight force pushing down on the ground and using that energy to catapult their bodies up through impact. And Dustin's actually still, even after he's through the ball, has slight knee flex in his left knee and then straightens it out at the finish. Rory kind of straightens it out just a little bit after and then gets it fully straight at the finish too, okay? So we'll see that just past impact, he still has just a little bit of flex in that knee because he's still coming up to a full finish, okay? Now, of course, to keep that ball in line, they really get their shoulders to the target as much as possible. Rory much more than Dustin. Rory is a little bit more flexible than Dustin is, and he has a lot more rotation, hip rotation to a finish also. That's also using that entire core to catapult that ball out there. So what you can work on, one of the things that you can work on to get a little bit more distance, okay, is to get that little squat going down into the ball, okay? But remember, too, that that posture has to be maintained, okay? So that means that your upper body, okay, can't move more this way. It still has to be maintained and stay in proper posture, okay, as you squat down. So that's something that you can work on. So as we're at a off season right now, what you can think of is get up against the wall, okay, and take a look at the posture drill. And as you start down to impact, and we have that left tailbone, that left hip, or I want to say that the back of your left pelvis bone touching the wall in that drill, all right, into impact, let it start to move down the wall too, towards the ground on the way to impact, okay? And see if you can maintain your posture while you do that. That'll be a good drill for you to work on, okay? Maybe I'll throw one of those up, another drill like that up against the wall for posture, and then that squat to build power, okay? So use that squat and make sure you maintain your posture and work on that in the off season now, up against the wall, and see how if you gain any more yardage in the spring. If you have the opportunity to get into a place like we have in Limerick, into an indoor facility with a launch monitor where you can start to project, see the progress in those numbers, that's great. But if not, just work on it until spring, and don't worry about the distance until you get outside. So once again, I'm Bernard Sheridan from Par Breakers Golf Academy, located in Limerick, PA. Thanks so much for being with us. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more great tips in your mailbox every week, and we'll see you next time.